If you can relate to the frustrating experience of lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and counting the minutes ticking by without a wink of sleep, you're not alone. It's a common problem that can leave you feeling drained, irritable, and unproductive the next day. But what if we told you that you could say goodbye to those restless nights and wake up feeling refreshed and energized? We've done the research and compiled some of the best advice and practices to help you fall asleep in minutes. And we're not just talking about simple tips like cutting down on caffeine or avoiding screens before bed. We're talking about tried and tested techniques used by the US Navy to fall asleep in just 2 minutes. But before we get to that, let's start with 7 things you should do before getting into bed. By implementing these practices, you'll set yourself up for a peaceful and restful night's sleep. No more lying in bed for hours on end, anxiously watching the clock and dreading the next day's exhaustion. So if you're ready to take control of your sleep and wake up feeling your best, keep watching. We promise it'll be worth it. Number 1 is to sleep in a colder environment. Your thermal environment, especially around your head and body, is perhaps the most underrated factor that not only determines how easily you'll fall asleep tonight, but also your sleep quality. If you're overheating because of heavy blankets, pajamas, or just a hot room, it has been shown to decrease slow-wave sleep and REM sleep. Even to initiate sleep, your body has to drop 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit or 1.5 degrees Celsius, and being colder helps bring your temperature down faster. The recommended temperature is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18.3 degrees Celsius for your room. While going too cold is not great either, it doesn't have the same disruptive effects on falling asleep or your sleep quality as a hot room does. Number 2 is to take a hot shower or bath before bed. You might think being warm and fuzzy makes you sleep, but it's actually the opposite. When you're exposed to hot temperatures, the body can't hold on to the heat and sends blood to the surface of your skin, giving you a flushed red appearance. Once you step out of the warmth, the dilated blood vessels radiate out the inner heat to your environment, and your core body temperature drops, triggering the body and brain to think it's time to sleep. Number 3 is to put away the clock. Simply having the ability to look at the time and see how much you haven't slept is not helpful and will only stress you out. In fact, time monitoring is strongly linked to stress and waking arousal. Number 4, minimize or avoid caffeine and nicotine. Coffee, colas, some tea, and even chocolate can take as long as 8 hours to wear off fully, and nicotine is a stimulant. So avoid them too late in the day. It's also worth avoiding eating too close to bedtime. While some studies show avoiding diets that are excessively biased towards carbs will help, it's better to avoid being too hungry or too full before bed. Number 5, exercising and physical exhaustion can help you fall asleep faster, but working out 2 to 3 hours before bedtime can keep you up longer. So it's better to exercise earlier in the day, and the same goes for naps actually. They're great, but don't take them after 3 p.m. or it'll be harder to fall asleep at night. Number 6, make sure you're actually relaxing before bed. If you try to sleep and you're wired or alert, your brain won't be ready. Engage in a relaxing activity within the hour before bed, such as reading, to put you in the right mindset. Finally, number 7, make sure you're getting sun exposure during the day and minimizing your light exposure during the evening. You've probably been told not to use your screens before bed, which is true, but it's equally important to get natural sunlight for at least 30 minutes a day if you have problems falling asleep. This helps condition your body's schedule and trigger tiredness at the right times. Now that we've set up some conditions for optimizing your experience of falling asleep, you're still awake. In fact, maybe you've already done those things and you're lying in bed right now, desperately looking up how to fall asleep faster on YouTube, which led you to this very video. Don't lie. In which case, you have broken rule number 7 of not looking at your phone, but I'll forgive you if it was in pure desperation. I mean, I won't complain about the extra view. But in all seriousness, if you're lying in bed after all that, there's a technique that the Navy allegedly used that, if practiced, can literally have you falling asleep in 2 minutes, no matter where you are. I say, allegedly, because the studies are not publicly available, but they claim they were used on fighter pilots who would often make avoidable mistakes as a result of stress and ultimately sleeplessness. In fact, they were designed to allow them to fall asleep, even while sitting up. And after 6 weeks, they claim that 96% of the pilots could fall asleep in less than 2 minutes. It goes like this. First, you need to systematically relax each part of your body. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and begin to focus on your face. Picture every muscle slowly relaxing. If you need help, squish and squint your face first and then let it relax. Breathe out as you feel your cheeks, tongue, mouth, and jaw relax, even imagining your eyes sinking into their sockets. Then, slowly make your way down your body and do the same thing to each muscle group. Tighten and then relax your shoulders, then arms, from forearms to fingers, chest and legs, and finally your feet, all while breathing deeply and focusing on the relaxation. Once you have scanned your entire body, focus on clearing your mind to achieve a meditative state. When thoughts or images related to your day arise, try not to dwell on them and allow them to pass. The act of thinking through motions can inadvertently cause your muscles to contract. Similar to meditation, do not let your thoughts consume you. You can try concentrating on your breathing, or visualize yourself in a peaceful setting such as swaying gently back and forth in a hammock on a warm summer day. If you cannot quiet your thoughts, try repeating, "Don't think, don't think, don't think," for 10 seconds. It may sound trivial or too easy, but practice makes perfect. Some people have reported success with this technique after devoting time to it. Consistent practice is key, and while it may not provide immediate results on the first night, after a few weeks, you are more likely to fall asleep instantly, assuming you do not have a sleep disorder or other condition. There is one more tip that is considered the most important for falling asleep instantly: go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. I know it may be frustrating, but we are creatures of habit, and establishing a good routine will literally make your body work like clockwork. If you still can't fall asleep, there is one more thing to remember: do not lie awake in bed. Studies have shown that staying awake for an extended period of time can cause anxiety and exacerbate sleeplessness. Instead, engage in a relaxing or slightly boring activity until you feel tired. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful in improving your sleep and overall well-being. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the like button below. And if you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this video with them. Your support helps us continue to create valuable content like this. Thank you again, and sweet dreams.